Just a quick live feed, just a very quick one about the lynching of Dominic Cummings. You know, the mainstream media mob have been let loose again now. As you all know, I'm no fan of Boris Johnson. I genuinely believe that he's a globalist. I think he wants to deliver Brexit, but I don't think it's the sort of Brexit that the majority of the British people want to see, but I could be wrong about that. But one thing's for sure, the mainstream media and the same people that have been targeting Dominic Cummings in the last 48 hours are exactly the same people who've... Hi there. Hi, Stephen. The same people that are targeting Dominic Cummings are exactly the same people that have a plan, and that plan is still to stop Brexit. That plan is still to protect the left-wing progressive establishment and protect their fiefdom. And we see them all these left-wing journalists. They're not journalists, they're activists. Families in danger, and this is just typical of particularly the BBC. The BBC devoted about an hour before before Boris's broadcast. They devoted an hour to that Boris Johnson was suffering with the coronavirus. And I'll be honest with you, if I was Dominic Cummings, I'd have done exactly the same thing as he did. And what we need to do, we need to stand up for Dominic Cummings. And I'm no fan of the Tory government, none whatsoever. But there's a friend of mine, lives in the northeast of England, who knows Dominic Cummings very well. He's a lad in our movement. I'm not going to name him, but he asked me to do this video, speaking up for Dominic Cummings. And I think what we need to do, we need to get on Twitter, we need to get onto Piers Morgan and all the rest of them who are demanding that Dominic Cummings is hung from the railings of Downing Street. I mean, I'm amazed with the amount of poison that comes out of these journalists towards people, that some of these advisors and scientists that have been literally demonized by wing media have not actually committed suicide. I'm very surprised, because the pressure that they're put under is just phenomenal. And like I say, I don't know much about Dominic Cummings. I don't know much about what he stands for, but I know he helped get his Brexit along with Nigel Farage. So for that, we should forever be grateful. And if he's booted out of the government, we can kiss goodbye to Brexit, and we could kiss goodbye to the right sort of Brexit that we're looking for. And according to my mate up north, Dominic Cummings is a regular lad. He's very intelligent, but he's from an area of the country that is very working class, and he's not one of these people that gets above his station. So to me, I'm going to get behind this campaign. I've got my BBC broadcasting, there you see it, broadcasting ball continually, and that's exactly what the BBC do. And to me, the BBC needs to be binned. We need to put the BBC in the bin. Unless the BBC can be fundamentally reformed, we need to get rid of it. It needs to go. So that's one thing for tonight. The other thing I want to talk about, yes, Piers Morgan is 77 Brigade. Listen, absolutely. Do you know something? I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't find out that his brother was working 77 Brigade. Piers Morgan couldn't be in 77 Brigade because even with the low standards of people getting into 77 Brigade, I would say that even Piers couldn't get into 77 Brigade. The other thing I want to talk about very quickly is the live feed on Wednesday night. Tune into that, because we've got to expose what's going on. We've got to expose the plot to silence patriots and to silence people who have an opinion different to that of the establishment. Basically, what we're dealing with at the minute is an establishment that is probably, if the truth be told, against the government and against the government's action. So they will still, I believe, do anything to try and undermine Brexit. They'll still do anything to try and undermine true patriots, and we've got to stand against that. So tune in at 7:30 on Wednesday night, and we'll talk about the secret war against the patriotic people of the United Kingdom. And the other thing I want to talk about very briefly, there's a breaking story that's going to be coming out very soon about An absolutely horrific case up in the northwest of England. I'm not going to say any more on that. It's nothing to do with me, but there is going to be a breaking story. Racist rape gangs that have been targeting people. It's Cummings and God, yes. Well, I mean, the bottom line is the guy packed his family into a car and drove up north when his wife wasn't well, and then he got seriously ill. I'm not going to condemn the guy for that. I'd have probably done exactly the same thing, and we've been caring for difficulty. So, to me, when it comes to your family, either obey the rules or look after your family. To me, I'm back there now, guys. Just a few connection issues here. Yeah, as John Lydon said, rules are for fools. I'll see you all soon.